Digital Solutions is an organization that takes pride in our exceptional reputation for quality, a reputation that can be accredited to our employees. Our Human Resource Manual states that we will promote an atmosphere that is consistent with our vision, mission, and goals. And so long as our employees uphold the standards and expectations set for them, every working day will be a satisfactory experience. However, when these standards and expectations are not met, and situations such as the one we are here to discuss today arise, it is imperative that we address them immediately to ensure that Digital Solutions maintains its reputation of excellence. Now, the situation that has been brought to me as the Human Resource Manager is that Cassie, who is a sales rep for Digital Solutions, has recently gone on a family vacation into a country that has had a recent spike in a viral contagious infection, and she came back and one of our other employees saw the photos on social media, and Cassie has since reported to work and did not disclose her travel, and she did not quarantine upon arrival. And this new infection is currently a rapidly developing situation across the globe, and while we are working on a formal policy for Digital Solutions, a solution has not been formalized and it has not been communicated to employees. However, according to Unacceptable Activities on page 13, Unacceptable Activity number 3 states that any negligence or careless action that endangers the life of another is unacceptable, and it is detrimental both to employees as well as the profitability of our company. And number 11 on Unacceptable Activities states that dishonesty is unacceptable, and while Cassie did not necessarily lie to us, her failure to disclose can be interpreted as dishonesty. We do need to take swift and immediate action to make sure that the situation gets handled. And like I said, we do not have a formal policy on this, as this is a new situation. However, we do need to send Cassie, as well as any other employees that she has come into contact with, home to quarantine and potentially get tested for this viral infection. And we want to make sure that we also are emphasizing to Cassie that her failure to disclose is unacceptable. And while this is a new situation, I don't think termination is necessarily acceptable, but a verbal warning would be appropriate in this situation. And I also believe that we should consider closing for a day or two to allow our janitorial staff to disinfect Digital Solutions, specifically the department where Cassie works. To prevent this type of situation from happening in the future, our HR department does need to quickly get a formal policy created. And I think that this should include that any travel outside of the state of Ohio where we are located must be disclosed to our HR department. And upon return from that travel, our employees need to quarantine. And if they are choosing to travel, that quarantine time must be taken out of paid time off or sick leave. And then any failure to disclose in the future could result in termination. Because if an employee is choosing to travel, and if they were to contract this viral infection and they come back to work, they are putting the lives of other employees at risk, and that is completely unacceptable. And it's also affecting our profitability. If we're constantly having to send our employees home to quarantine due to exposure, that's really putting our business at risk. But more importantly than that, the overall safety of our employees is the most important. And I also believe that we need to start quickly investing in personal protection equipment such as masks, sanitization materials as quickly as possible, so that way our employees have all the protection they need free of charge. While this is a new and evolving situation, we do need to get this handled quickly, so that way in the future none of our employees are putting others at risk, and we can keep our employees safe. We can maintain our reputation as an excellent business and also as an excellent place to work for our employees. We need to get that formal policy done and communicated to our employees, because we need to make sure that we stay safe. And then with that, I would just like to thank you for listening to my presentation today.